at the new Bose SoundLink Mini, which is now available in the US for $199.95. It comes with the cradle, the charging cradle, so you don't need to purchase that separately, as you can see it on the back of the box. And let's just take a quick look around the whole box so you can see what the box looks like from the outside before we go ahead and unbox it. And that's the bottom of the box. Alright, let's get this out of the box and see what it looks like in real life. The top of the box has this blue flap on it, and once you open it, there's this foam protector on it that covers the speaker itself. And as you can see, the speaker looks right at you from the box with its Bose logo printed right on the front of it. So let's take it out and let's remove this plastic cover from the top, from the back. Now you can see the Bose logo is printed right on the front grille, which I think, in my opinion, looks very cool. It's much nicer than just having a small logo somewhere else on the unit. On top we have 6 buttons for control, and they have this rubbery feel to it, and we also have the SoundLink Mini signature. On the back we have the other passive reflector, as you can see through the grille, and on one side we have our power input as well as our auxiliary 3.5mm input, and on the other side it's left blank. And on the bottom we have our serial number, and you can see that it was engineered in the USA, made in Mexico. And we also have this micro USB cable for future firmware updates, as well as this 4 prongs here for the charging cradle. This is how it's making connection to the charging cradle. So that's the speaker. Let's put it down to the side and let's take a look what else is in the box. Now, as you can see, the box is a dual layer box, so we need to cut this apart here and just see what's in this portion of the box. As you can see, there are some of these papers in here as usual, so I'm going to just put these to the side for now. There's nothing really interesting in these. As you can see, it's written in all different languages. And we also have this little leaflet here that shows you some of the other parts you can buy to it. Like, I think this is a really cool little thing here. These soft cases. You can buy 3 different colors soft cases for $24.99. So they're not only going to give some color to your SoundLink, but as going to give some protection as well. Now down here we have the cradle wrapped up in this plastic. So let's take this out and let's take a look what this looks like. As you can see, the cradle itself has the Bose logo imprinted on it as well. And on here we have the 2 conductors, the 2 prongs here for the charging, and we have the input for the power supply on this side. Now if you take the SoundLink itself, you can just put it on top here, and as you can see that the 2 inner conductors go in and touch the little prongs here, and that's how it makes connection. Now once you have it on there, you can see that it's really flush, but you have to be careful, it can fall off, so you can't really just hold on to it from there. But once you have it on there, it actually looks like a scoop on a hood of a sports car. So I think it looks pretty cool. And what else we have here is we have the power supply. And the power supply, as I take it out, you can see that it's the US plug, and it can fold in on itself. As you can see, you can just pull it out and fold it down, so you can stow it away in a little small space. Now, it's rated from 100 to 240 volts, so you can use this pretty much anywhere in the world. All you need is just a little converter for the plugs itself. Now, it's really tiny, as you can see. You can fit it anywhere, probably in a purse or a backpack, very easily. Now let's take a little closer look at the Bose SoundLink. As you can see, it's really tiny. It has 2 speakers in the front, right behind the grille here, 1 on each side, as well as it has a passive reflector behind the grille, right behind the Bose logo. On the back, we also have a passive reflector, symmetrical with the front one. Before we begin to use the SoundLink, we need to charge it up. There's 2 ways of doing this. You can plug the power supply directly into the side of it, and to fully charge it takes 3 hours. Once it's fully charged, you can use it up to 7 hours. On top, there's a battery indicator that flashes orange, showing you that it's currently being charged. The second way of charging it is by using the cradle that came with the SoundLink. You can take the power supply and plug it directly into the cradle, and just sit the SoundLink on top of it. But make sure you sit it on correctly, because if it's off a little bit, the conductors will not make contact and it will not be charging. You know if you put it on correctly by seeing the orange light flashing on top, showing you that it's currently being charged. On top we have 6 buttons. Some of the buttons have a feedback LED that's showing you which buttons are pressed. Like for instance, the mute button has a white LED light up, the auxiliary has a light, as well as the Bluetooth. The volume up and down buttons don't have a light, but if you press on it, you can see that the Bluetooth LED will start flashing, indicating that the volume up and down is being used. Once you're done using the SoundLink, you can power it off, and the only LED that will stay lit is the battery indicator. For this demonstration, I'm going to use my iPad to connect to the SoundLink with the Bluetooth. After it's powered on, the Bluetooth LED will start flashing blue, indicating that it's ready to be paired. On screen, it will come up as Bose Mini SoundLink. Once I click on it, it will make that sound, and I know that it's connected. On top of the SoundLink, the blue LED will go solid white, telling us that the connection was established. The Bluetooth range is really incredible on this thing. I walked about 25-30 feet away from my iPad with it, and it was still playing even through the walls. If you like to use equipment that does not have Bluetooth connection on it, you can always use the auxiliary input on the side by using a 3.5mm mini jack. Now for this comparison, I'm going to use the original SoundLink speaker, and as you can see, the Mini is drastically smaller. The original SoundLink speaker has 2 passive reflectors, one in the front here, and has also 4 speakers, as the Mini has only 2. And then we have the other passive reflector on the back here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to compare it with the sound with different music, and maybe you can hear the difference. So let's do it first with dance music. Now let's do a comparison with classical music. And now let's try this with some rock music. I know it's very hard to tell the quality difference between the sound with me recording it with my camera's microphone, but I have to say that the large has a little bit louder volume to it, as well as it has more bass, a little bit more defined mid-range, but I have to say that the small is very comparable to it. Even though it's a lot smaller, it stands up to it, and I prefer the small one over the big one because it sounds almost as good and it's a lot smaller. After playing around with it for a while, I found that the perfect location for my speaker was in the corner of my room. As soon as I put it in there, acoustically it increased the sound so much that I thought that I was listening to a much larger speaker, making it sound incredible. I love everything about this SoundLink. The aluminum construction, the details, the fine lines, especially the sound. I think Bose really outdid themselves. They really put a great package into a $200 unit, and I think this sounds better than a lot of the larger, more expensive units out there and other brands that you can get. If you can pick one of these up, definitely do it. You will not regret it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon in another video.